Delivering our keynote speech today, please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Nelson.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of the parents. More importantly, to the class of 2018. Make some noise. Now, real quick. Now, I've been to plenty of graduations. And you know, one of my pet peeves about the graduation is when the speaker, you got to listen to a speaker for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and they are absolutely boring. So, it is my promise to not bore you over the next 10 to 15 minutes. And it's also my promise that you will never in your life see a more handsome graduation speaker as I. But real quick, to the class of 2018, really quick, and I know that this is a celebratory moment, but can we please give a round of applause to our parents, our guardians, because without them, none of this will be possible. For some of our parents, they have made some sacrifices. They have moved to different parts of the city in order to get you closer to the school. They have done years and years of work. So once again, to the parents, we definitely salute you. Thank you. There's a book that I've been reading all year, and the book is by a guy named Tim Grover called Relentless. And so to the class of 2018, my message is very, very, very simple. Nothing deep, nothing really motivating or inspiring, but something that is simple, but I need for you to grasp. See, what I want you to understand is that, yes, this is a celebratory moment, and I want to give you a congratulations, but I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. So congratulations for graduating A, but I'm not impressed. Now, here's why. Graduation is a big day. Yes, it is. But make no mistake about it. This is just a small step in the rest of the journey with the rest of your lives. So what I want you to do is, yes, I want you to celebrate as much as you can, but just do it this week. I don't want you to be 6 weeks from now, you still in celebratory mode. I want you to celebrate this week. I want you to get all of the celebration out of your system, because what I do know is after graduation is work. It's going to be a lot of work. So what I want you to understand is that as you're embarking on this journey and you're ascending to greatness, what I want you to understand is that greatness comes at a price. Greatness comes at a hefty price that not a lot of people are willing to pay. So to our future engineers, doctors, lawyers, engineers, music producers, whatever it is that your chosen profession is going to be, for some of us going straight into the workforce, you might be going to trade school, the military, a 4-year university. No matter what it is that you do, it is going to come at a hefty price. And so the question that you got to ask yourself, class of 2018, is, are you willing to pay that price? That's the question that must always be asked. So in the book, Tim Grover says in Relentless, and you guys will have to excuse my English. I know my teacher is here, my former teacher at Bach. Any Bach alumni in here? There we go. Be okay. There we go. Mr. Paulus, who was my teacher at, he was my English teacher at Bach. And I remember that he would always tell me, Mike, make sure when you speak that you use the right words. But just for today, because I'm quoting the book, Tim Grover says in his book that success ain't easy. He says success will not be easy. Success will be challenging. And he says in his book that I strongly agree with, he says, if in fact that you want to get to the top, you have to be careful where you step. So to the class of 2018, I want you to go out and I want you to step. I want you to step in many different directions. You see, I'm so excited that you guys are going off to 4-year colleges, and I do believe in the bottom of my heart this is one of the best schools in the city. I do believe that. But more importantly, I'm not impressed because I'm more impressed with your character. Because it's easy to get a 4.0. Look, you can go to college, you can learn accounting, you can learn business, you can learn languages, But I'm more impressed on how is your character. More importantly, your character is what people say about you when you exit the room. My question to you is, what will they say about you when you leave the room? What will they say about you after your first class? What will your professor say about you when nobody else is listening? So look, what I want to do is I want to take you on a small journey. I remember going off to college my very first year. Now, I thought I had it all going on. Mr. Paulus told me, he said, Mike, you are a great writer. And I remember when I got to college, my very first course, I turned in my English paper and I got it back. And it was nothing but red across the entire paper. And I said, Mr. Paulus told me that I was a great writer. And my professor said, you may have been a good writer in high school, but not in this world. So class of 2018, I want you to understand that yes, there are going to be some challenges up the road. There are going to be a lot of challenges. In the course of 4 years, I had an uncle who died of cancer. My second year, I had an uncle who died of HIV. I had a sister who almost died in a car accident. But yet and for all, I managed to remain relentless throughout the whole entire process. Again, success and whatever it is that you want, it is going to come at a hefty price. You see, I'm not expecting you to be perfect. Perfect is something for fairy tales. Nobody in here is perfect. Every single adult in here has made mistakes, and trust me, as students, you are going to make mistakes. But sometimes in life, it's not about making the right decision. It's about when you make the wrong decision, can you go back and make that thing right? So to the class of 2018, I want you to dare to dream. And I want you to dare to dream what's possible. See, I think sometimes what it is that we've done is with our students, we have trained and taught them that they should go to college. And I do believe that. I'm a college graduate. But what I don't want you to do is go to college to come out and get a job. I want you to change your mindset for a minute. I want you to go to school, learn a skill, get a degree, and come out and create a job. That's an entirely different mindset. Again, we're talking about you being relentless. You putting yourself in a position where opportunities will find you. I remember, and this is what I always tell students, if a kid from West Philly, 4247 Locust Street, apartment 316, 5 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment, if I can do it, there's no reason why you can't do it either. So just know that there's going to be many bumps in the road. In order for you to get that degree, in order for you to get across the finish line and do this in 4 years, no matter where it is that you're going to be in your journey, it's going to be hard. So here's what I want you to do. Because I think sometimes parents, and I'm coming straight up your alley, I think sometimes what we do as parents and we try to protect our kids. And that is our job as parents. That's our job as school administrators. But if truth be told, we can't protect them for forever. There are some things that they're going to have to experience. There's some things that they're going to fall down, they're going to bump their head, but they're going to be okay. It's going to be some things that they're only going to be able to learn from experience. You see, and I got a master's degree. I just believe that sometimes the best teaching moments in life don't come in a classroom, but it's through your actual experience. Because anybody can pick up and read a book. Everybody in here can read. Anybody can pick up and read a book. But it's the experiences and the moments that you intend to create. That's what's going to make the difference. So yes, when you're in your classroom and you find out that you thought that you was a good writer, and they tell you, hey, you need to go back and fix this, don't cry about it. Don't feel bad. Don't feel sad. Don't feel down. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I need to take this L, which you prepare as a loss, but it's not. Every loss that you take is really a lesson learned. So take all those lessons. When you get feedback, when you get criticism, that's not the time to run. That's the time to dig your heels into the ground and says, here I am. That's the time to sit there and say, you know what? I know that adversity is on my back. I know that life is beating me down, but so what? If success was easy, everybody would have it. If graduating high school was easy, everybody would be here. But there's a whole lot of people that didn't make it to this moment. And there'll be a whole lot of people who are not able to do what you intend to do in the next 4 years. So class of 2018, I want you to be relentless. He says in his book 4 words. He says, be relentless. That means that you put the expectations on you. Never let anybody else put expectations on you. I take all of the expectations and I put them on myself. I take every single burden and I put it on my back. So when you face adversity, I'm not saying that you can't ask for the pressure to be relieved, but instead ask God to give you stronger shoulders so that you can bear the weight. The second thing he says, and I'm closing, is done. In other words, you never, ever, ever become satisfied. You always want more. I always want more. I'm always searching for the next opportunity. Why? Because as I always say, if average could make you successful, I would do it. But I just don't see a lot of people that can be average and be highly successful. And so for all of us in here, I'm glad that you graduated. And again, let's get it out of our system for a week, and then we're going to move on to what's next. The third thing he says in closing is next. My question to you, to the class of 2018, is what's next? I know that you're going to be going to college, and I know that you're going to be doing great things, but really, like, where do you want to be in 4 years from now? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? I want you to start thinking about what is next and the challenges that are ahead. And if you can put that together all in one package, and you can start really thinking about your future and where you would like to be, I promise you that success will be in your near future. So for the last time, class of 2018, I just want to speak over some things over your life. My book of faith says that we can speak things into existence. We have the power and the ability to speak life. So a lot of people will try to tell you that you're not good enough. A lot of people will tell me, well, when I was growing up, I had a speech impediment. I stuttered real bad. And people will tell me, Mike, there's no way in the world that you're going to be a motivational speaker. You know what I did? I said, sit back and watch me work. So I want to take a moment and just speak success over the class of 2018. I speak that your future will be bright. I speak that there's no limitations except the ones that you put on yourself. I speak over the class of 2018 that you will be successful, that those who are going off and going to 4-year universities, you will graduate in 4 years. I speak life over you, that there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that's impossible. The only limits that we have are those that we put on ourselves. So class of 2018, in the words of Tim Grover, be relentless. Done. Next. Thank you. My name is Mike Nelson, and God bless you.